So I've been wearing the Ultrahuman Ring Air for the past few weeks, pretty much 24/7, sleeping, working out, showering, even typing all day long. This little thing has been part of my routine for the past few weeks and I've really enjoyed it so far. And I wanted to give you a real world take on how I found it. So not just specifications, not just a rundown of what it does, I want to tell you what it's actually like to live with and how a smart ring can actually change your daily routine and actually helps you track your health and provides more insight to your health than just a standard smartwatch, which I will also wear at the same time. It's supposedly also meant to help you perform better in everyday situations, so let's look at this. Does it actually make a difference? And let's talk about it and get into it. So sit back, relax, and we'll get into this review. So the first thing I noticed with this ring is how light this ring is. So this is raw titanium. They do it in 3 different finishes: matte black and rose gold, and I think it's 4 different finishes. Go on the website, you can see them on there. But this is the raw titanium one, which I think is the nicest finish for me. And honestly, it looks more like a titanium wedding ring than a gadget. I think you can't tell it's a smart gadget. So it was only a couple of millimeters thick, and after the first day I stopped even noticing it. So whether I was out walking or walking the dog or doing walks in the countryside or anything like that, I didn't even notice it. So no sweat buildup under the skin like a watch with that really heavy strap on it, or doing anything like that, and also it doesn't dig into the skin the way that I expected. So also when I'm typing with it on the computer, it's totally fine, whereas a watch can catch your laptop sometimes. The only time I take this thing off really is when I'm doing sort of like, I don't want to scratch it, so I'm doing kitchen work, doing cooking or doing gardening outside or anything, washing the car. Some tasks like those, I would always take it off to avoid scratches. But actually it's worn quite well. I haven't actually had any scratches on it. I've had it a few weeks now and it's not actually scratched at all, which is, well, a little bit around the bottom where I've caught it on something, but nothing major at all. So what they do, Ultrahuman will send you a sizing kit out. So you order one online free of charge. They post it out next day by DHL. You then select the size of ring you want, and then you initially go on the website and order the ring in the right size. So I did this and it came within a few days. I got it straight on and it worked. The sizing kit worked perfectly. So 10 out of 10 for the company, working really well so far, and they're really easy to deal with and nice to deal with. So comfort wise, it's definitely up there with one of the most comfortable wearables I've worn, because unlike a watch, you don't even notice you've got it on, as I've mentioned. So I've worn smartwatches for years, and honestly I prefer this thing than a smartwatch sometimes. I won't even wear my watch sometimes. Like in the morning I get up, I don't even notice not having my watch on because I know I've got my ring on to track my health. So what's interesting about the Ultrahuman Ring Air is that it doesn't show you anything on the ring itself. So this is a no screen gadget health tracker essentially. So there's no screen, no notifications, everything is in the app on your phone. So this felt a bit weird at first, but after a few days I wasn't sure how I felt about it, how I felt I was going to cope with this. And I think a lot of people will be umming and ahhing about whether they should get a smart ring, about that because there's no screen on it, and can you bother to get your phone out. So first I found this difficult and I thought, okay, well, am I going to get into this or not? So after a few days I realised that I check my phone and anyway, I look at it all the time anyway, so I just literally go into the app. It reminds me when to go into it, it pops up with a notification saying you've got a notification on your app, on your Ultrahuman Ring app, which is really intuitive, and you just click into it and you can see loads of data on your health inside this app. It just collects it quietly in the background. Also, it doesn't need charging every day. It can last a week or 2 weeks or even longer if you put it on different modes, which is much better than a smartwatch. So it tracks all the usual stuff: sleep recovery, movement, heart rate, skin temperature, and HRV, which are all really important, but that's kind of what the main features it does. Well, what I really liked about it is how it translates all that into something called a metabolic score. So it basically gives you a quick summary of how ready your body is for the day. So it says, have you had a good sleep? How's your heart rate doing? And this is your score for the day, which is nice to see, because then you can see if you need to do more exercise, eat better, have less caffeine. It just gives you more insight into your health than a smartwatch. There were mornings when I felt great, but my recovery score was low, and sure enough, by the afternoon I'd crash. And on the flip side, days with a high score, I'd power through walking and power through the day and meetings without feeling drained. So it kind of fitted in with what it was saying on the app, how I felt it. So it's kind of giving me an insight before I knew it on the app, and which was useful because then I could sort of plan my day around how I was going to feel basically. So the data actually matches how I feel, and that's a rare thing for a wearable. So I was really skeptical about smart rings at first, but this kind of pushed me into it and I've really enjoyed wearing it. So sleep tracking has been surprisingly accurate. It shows light, deep and REM stages, and I compared it to my Pixel watch and also my Apple watch and my Samsung watch, because I've got 3 watches, and the data was very similar, if not the same or a little bit better. What's more useful though is also how it tells you what to do about the data. For example, it might suggest going to bed sort of 30 minutes earlier based on your recovery trends. So it really is intuitive and it works out throughout the day, or point out when your skin temperature rises, which can hint at stress or poor sleep environment. So let's get on to battery and charging then. So battery life has been solid. It's been around an average of 5.5 days on full power mode. It has 3 different power modes on it. This means I only charge it once a week, usually while I'm showering or editing or anything like that. It charges in about 90 minutes. The dock is very small. It fits literally, you can fit it into your pocket, it's that small. And it's small enough to toss around in a backpack and take it out and about with you if you've got to go away for the night. It's just so easy to use. So I've showered and washed the dishes and everything in it, and I do take it off sometimes because of that, but it does actually perform pretty well in most conditions. So the Ultrahuman app is actually one of the best fitness apps I've used. It's much more intuitive, clean, no fluff, and gives you insights onto data you actually need. It's like chrono type feature. It doesn't have anything, it doesn't look graphically great, but actually when you get into it, it gives you everything you need. To adjust recovery situations. If you're more of a night owl, it will know. If you're more of a daytime person, then it will also know that and gives you the best data depending on your personal needs. And the best part about it is no subscription. So you pay for the ring once, you've got all the data on there forever. So you pay for the ring coming from devices that charge for a monthly data plan. That's a breath of fresh air for me. Pixel Watch here charges your Fitbit Premium and it doesn't give you half as much data. So, you know, do I want to go for a watch anymore, or should I just use the ring, or I can cancel my Fitbit subscription, just use my ring? All right, let's talk about what's good and what's not good then after living with it for a few weeks. So the pros are it's super light, comfortable, easy to forget it's there. Data feels accurate and actually reflects how you feel day to day. The app is actually intuitive and there's no subscription. Battery life is really good and it's properly water resistant. Also, it feels excellent quality and I've had no problems with the ring connecting to my phone. I transfer it around multiple phones several times a day because I do that. Not most people won't do that, but I do, and it has no problem reconnecting and disconnecting. So the cons are you can't see anything without opening the app, so you have to go onto your phone, which is fine for me, but not everyone's going to like that. So just think about that before you do buy one. It doesn't do notifications, gestures, or smart home stuff, or you can't pay for stuff with it. So it really is like limited to just health tracking. And right now you can't export the data to Apple Health or Google Fit. So the Ultrahuman does say that's coming soon. So it's a work in progress type thing, but it's actually, they've got lots of exciting stuff coming up on there. Check out their website, got loads of exciting stuff coming out what you can do with this. I'm also going to be trying out the Ultrahuman home system, which monitors air quality in your house, tells you what candles are doing to your air quality and how so all these things are kind of impacting our health and we don't even realize it. So the verdict on this then basically is that after living with it, my honest take, the Ultrahuman Ring Air isn't about being flashy at all. It's about being invisible, even though it does look great. It's for people who care about their health, recovery and performance, but don't want another screen, notification or buzzing all day long. It's simple, accurate and genuinely useful. If you're a smartwatch person who loves notifications and music controls, it won't replace that, but it does complement it alongside it. So if you want a no-fuss health tracker that helps you understand your body better, this might be one of the best devices out there to try now. So check it out, check out on their website, and right now they've got some great deals on for Black Friday, so got some really good prices on there, 20% off I think it is. Link down below, so follow that link, it'll get you a discount on the ring itself, which is the best one you're going to get at the time of year. Also, it's completely waterproof and water resistant, so you can use it in the shower or swimming, and you can put it onto performance mode so you can track your workouts. So check it out. I'll do some more content on it later on, and we'll check out the Ultrahuman Home Hub as well later on. So thanks for watching, subscribe and like would be great, and I'll speak to you next time.